All right, you know
what?
what? Let's put Man United back in their place. Manchester United have acquired.
Arvid, you see how Egal had to change the subject straight away there? You just changed the subject straight away.
Manchester United have inquired into Alexander Isak in recent days and were turned down. He only wants Liverpool. Then you have another thing here. Where is it? Here it is. Liverpool make firm Alexander Isak transfer decision after the rejection. It was an absolute crazy situation. In case you guys have not heard what happened. Also, Kanate will stay at Liverpool reportedly. The defender's happy and will most likely be signing a new contract. This is probably one of the biggest things that they could have done this window also. Make sure they wrap up the Kanate deal. Off the back of the Van Dijk and everything else, Liverpool have no plan to make another bid for Alexander Isak. And the nature of Newcastle's rejection. What?
I said don't believe that Liverpool aren't going to
make it. We're going to get to that in a second. The nature of Newcastle's rejection will not make another. Sorry, they will not make another attempt unless Newcastle change their stance. Ben Jacob reported this off the back of David Ornstein reporting. If I can find it, off the back of David Ornstein and some other people reporting that they're going to be making another bid of 140 million. David Ornstein initially reported that they bid 110 million.
Damn.
And the Luis Diaz sale led to them giving them 60 million up front. This whole situation, in my opinion, before I throw it over to Rack or anybody else, is very, very interesting. I don't think it's anywhere near done. We're going to talk about all of it right now. But there is somebody who super chatted at the beginning of the show. Shout out to Mohammed. Big up to you for the super chat. He said, this deal has already been agreed a while ago. And all of this is PR and assistance to help Newcastle get a striker. 135 million is what's done. And all this is for show. Richard Hughes has orchestrated it all. Wow. Imagine if this is true. I believe this, I believe Mohammed. How many of you guys believe Mohammed? I believe what he's saying.
I'd like to believe Mohammed.
I don't know.
I think the deal is done, and he might be right. Liverpool just helping out Newcastle to get their striker in.
No, but before Rax goes, but I just want to say, from my point of view, this is so interesting. I can't call it. Some of the things that they're saying from Newcastle is Liverpool have bottled this a little bit, like as in they've been like, do we need Isak? Like, and what price are we willing to pay? Kind of energy, or it could just be a stylistic technique that they're doing to try and force the money down. Both options are equally viable to me. Liverpool look at it like having played in pre-season or something. You feel something different, or you see something different, and maybe you say, I don't want to spend 150 million or 140 million to get him. If we can do it at 120, okay, but walk away kind of energy. And on the other side, I'm also thinking Liverpool did lose Jota. They've sold Diaz. Yeah, like they need to buy an attacker, and he's the best attacker they can buy. So I don't know. I can't call this at the moment.
I hear with what Jay's saying, and if Mohammed's right, I think it might be a lot of posturing. I think it might be a lot of like gamesmanship in the PR to not be so blatant with how much Liverpool have been flexing their muscle, flexing their spend this transfer window, right? To kind of show that, they're trying to do it the right way with respectable bids and they're getting rejected. This might be all for play. This might be all for show. They've already got this thing locked up. They flexed on him and said, here's the money, and it's kind of done. They're giving Newcastle the opportunity to try and recoup and get whoever they might get next to look respected amongst their own fan base. But listen, one thing that's been clear is Liverpool have been doing a lot of things, and I'm going to say under the radar. I'm not going to say under the table. I'm not going to say with brown bags. I'm going to say under the radar. That Verts deal was done quick. Actually, if you really think about it, all their deals with Kirkez and Frank Pong, those were done relatively quick, and the Verts was a surprise, and it was done. I think it's interesting to see what they end up doing with Isak, but if Mohammed's right, this is all done. Liverpool showing and being accepted for it, doing what big clubs do, right? But they're doing what big clubs do, and they're not being vilified
they
for it.
invested that Coutinho money in Bitcoin. We know. This is what they're doing right now. You got to give them credit. You got to give them credit.
Give them credit.
Rack, take it away, man.
I kind of like the way that we are negotiating this deal. I think when you put in your first bid and it gets rejected, 99% of the time, what a lot of people will do is obviously come in straight with a second bid, right? But we also know that Newcastle do hold cards in this negotiation, but the Isak situation makes it a difficult one for them. Like how much are they going to push it in terms of are they willing to try and reintegrate him? Is he even interested in being reintegrated? How motivated will he be? Obviously, he's been at Newcastle for a few years, and so they'll know his character.
It's a World Cup year.
If they think that, yeah, but I mean, is he?
They have the leverage.
Comes back and plays, but it's a World Cup year, yes. But is he a guaranteed presence in the Swedish national team anyway? Probably, right? I agree. His format. Well, I mean, he's not going to play no games. And the question is, how good will he be? How motivated will he be? I think he's going to play in the World Cup for Sweden, or if Sweden qualified. I don't even know if they qualified. So,
yeah, they did.
But
that's the leverage I'm talking about, Rax. But
what I'm saying is, I like the fact that we've stood back and we've said, okay, that was our offer. I'm not saying I think we will increase our offer. But I think we want Newcastle to come to us a little bit now, and let's see whether that happens or not.
What's a reasonable deal for you, Rax?
Do you honestly believe Newcastle told Liverpool to F off?
I think they did similar what we did with Diaz, in the sense that they gave us a strong no, which makes sense because they want their 150. The whole 150 million though. Does anyone remember the timeline around this? Because it was very weird. Like people were saying, "Oh, Isak's £100 million striker. He's £100 million striker," and then all of a sudden, in the last 3 months of the season, it suddenly jumped to 150 million. Right? Yeah. I'm not sure whether 150 million. It's funny because Newcastle fans seem very outraged that we've come in with a low ball bid of a British transfer record fee. Like, when has that ever been?
No, because you guys informally agreed on 120.
No, but but that's not a low ball bid, Egal. How can you consider that? It's a low ball bid considered with the PR that's come out over the last 3 months of last season. Is that a realistic valuation?
I've heard similar situation. People saying you've disrespected West Ham for offering 90 million when they wanted 100. This is just how it is.
Yeah,
when they were getting right.
I understand. Sure, yeah. But the question is that people can say it's a disrespect, but is it actually disrespect? Is 120 million or 110 million a good starting offer? Look, I don't think Isak is worth 150 million.
Their starting negotiations was at
110 to 120 with 10 million add-ons
Rax,
or something like that.
You're looking at it the wrong way. Rax, you're looking at it the wrong way. What is Isak?
Please enlighten me.
What is Isak's worth, or what does he cost Newcastle for leaving? That's how you have to look at these negotiations.
He's their best player.
You're trying to pry them from Newcastle. What do you believe is the right number to pry him away from Newcastle?
Okay, but the question is not the player he was last season. What is Isak in this mental state for the rest of next season?
Oh, we're doing mental state.
Who caused this? You did.
Who does mental state? Rax, you're doing too much now. No, you're doing mental state. We don't do mental state.
Listen. We have to look after ourselves. I think we're entitled to put in a bid, right?
Yeah.
Have we been whispering sweet nothings in his ear? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't think we've. I don't think we've been doing like a crazy madness. And
you did it with Van Dijk. You're doing it with Isak. Why are you acting brand new? Don't act brand new. You've topped up players before.
He's so close to Van Dijk. What?
He has him on speed dial. They speak to each other all the night.
Oh, bro, what? What are we saying?
You've topped up players in the past before. Don't act like it would be out of the norm or out of this world if you're doing it with Isak. It's a realistic thing to throw out there. Now, the reason why I say 120,
I don't think he's worth 150 million personally. I don't think we'll
he's
pay
worth
150 million.
I think Liverpool definitely have unsettled the player, and Newcastle are well within their right to say this is our price. If you don't want to reach it, we will have to continue negotiating.
Listen, as I said, Newcastle have to look after themselves, and Liverpool have to look after ourselves, right? The question when you do a deal with these scenarios, it's about finding some kind of middle ground, if at all possible.
But is it disrespectful? I
don't think he's worth 150 million. I think some kind of deal would get done in and around the 130 million pound mark. How that's structured, I'm not sure.
Can I just
did you say 113 or 130?
130.
Okay. If they've said we want 120 minimum to start negotiations, and you guys say, okay, we hear you, let's put in 110. That it's just like you're taking the piss. I get where they're coming from.
Why is that? Egal, are you taking the piss when Crystal Palace's thingy? They've got to look after their interests.
It's a little bit of a different situation.
No, it's not. Because ultimately it's about the deal. It's the release clause. Whether there's a release clause or not, it doesn't make a difference. You have to look after your own negotiations, and you have to pay what you're comfortable with. Otherwise, you end up in a scenario where you're wildly overpaying. Like we
were called embarrassing for bidding 80 million for Declan Rice, which was 20 million below the valuation. We were called embarrassing.
Who called you embarrassing?
Majority of journalists were calling Arsenal embarrassing.
Journalists weren't calling you embarrassing. People on Twitter were.
Value. So
professionals who West Ham weren't calling you embarrassing.
And YouTube.
Bro, Liverpool are well within their right to bid whatever they want, but I think Newcastle have an unsettled player. They're really frustrated. It caused a lot of problems in their dressing room. And at this moment in time, whatever money that they can get, they're going to try to get the most possible. But Liverpool do have to have a little bit of negotiating here. I do think the player is going to have – I think this whole deal is probably going to get wrapped up anywhere between 140 to 130 million. I don't think it's going to be the 50 million they want, but it's going to be well over the 20 million. It's going to be well over the 110 million you offered. I think your first offer is just to show how serious you guys are. And I think it's already gotten to a stage where we're hearing about second offers. It's going to happen. You just seen Nunez headed out the door.
One minute you said we're in a position where we've already started hearing about second offers, but then at the same time there's other reports coming out saying that we aren't going to make a second offer.
I think
unless Newcastle come to. Look, as I said, I don't know. Mohammed seems to have the inside track. I don't know how Mohammed.
110 is not all up front, by the way. What are people talking about?
Forget about the whole all up front. Even if we haven't got the money all up front, we can take a loan. Most of these release clauses where you have to pay all up front. These clubs, they'll take a loan and then they'll pay that loan in installments. It's just like anything else, any other major financial transaction.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the all up front. Don't worry about the actual cash flow issues, because one way or the other, the club will be able to sort that out.
But sorry, sometimes the upfront is kind of leveraged in terms of not including bonuses, right? 110, and then they'll talk about the add-ons or the bonuses after the fact. But the one thing I find really interesting is we know Liverpool got the money, right? There's no more. There's no like the cat's out of the bag, right? There's no more that Liverpool don't have the cash. They're tight on the purse strings. It's clear. They've been bragging about it for weeks post-Verts. They can't now then say we don't. They can now then say we don't have the money. We haven't been moving well. Look at the things we've done. 1 second, Rax. I know this is going to trigger you. But they can no longer go about our record revenue, how much we've sold. That is out of the bag. We know that they have.
We have the money. We have the money.
So now it's about
how much are we willing to pay?
Bro, Darwin Núñez is about to get sold to Saudi Arabia. Luis Diaz already left.
Maybe.
Let me hear from the guys in the bottom row, guys.
Chiesa 15 million.
Bottom row guys.
Bring some money.
I've been quiet on purpose for a reason. I just think, listen, what Isak going to Liverpool? Yes, I think he'll go to Liverpool. I think obviously right now, I think it's a bit of a game of where I think Liverpool probably want the player to push a bit more, in my personal opinion now. But that would be via obviously asking for a transfer request or stuff like that. So that really does kind of essentially push Newcastle's hands. He's already doing some of that work already by being brought to Ciudad, not training the team and everything like that. So I think the final kind of nail in the coffin, in my personal opinion, is if you put in a transfer request, bro, I mean, at that point, he's really making a statement that I don't want to be here.
The thing is, Ahmed, the beauty of getting the Ekitike deal done means we're also not desperate now. we can start the season even. We can afford to sit tight to some extent.
Wait, what?
Start the season, play Ekatike as our main centre forward.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. I thought so. No, and rest in peace. I thought with the passing of Jota that you had a vacancy that you now need to match. What? So, Ekatike coming through. What position does he satisfy, or which player has he replaced?
Which player does he replace? I mean, he's versatile enough, but he's going to be a Darwin replacement, or he can be a Jota replacement, or he can play from a Diaz replacement, perhaps. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of it.
But that's fine. But that's fine.
The fact of the matter is,
Rex, hold on. But you talked about not being in a position of desperation or anything like that. But if the rumors are correct, with the exit of a Nunez, Diaz, and obviously, unfortunately, with the Jota, I'm hearing 3 players out, 1 player in. So isn't Isak of importance? Isn't there some desperation to really get him through?
I don't think so. Not at the moment. Because if we don't sign Isak, say worst case scenario, we don't sign Isak, I think we'll sign somebody else. Maybe not for a centre forward role. Maybe we bring in a left winger.
Harvey Elliott also.
Okay.
Possibly. Okay. Possibly.
Let's hear what Ahmed has to say. Ahmed, don't go nowhere. Where are you at?
I'm pretty relaxed.
Sorry.
You are very relaxed. It's annoying.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you think Isak happens?
I don't think Isak is going to happen. I think he leaves next season. I don't think
why?
No, because the thing is, my reason in thinking this is
when Ahmed gives a strong point, he touches the spell.
No, listen. It's a habit already. Listen. Obviously, Newcastle, they've had a diabolical window. Yeah, they had absolutely shocking. So they would want.
It gets worse with Joe Willock. Did you hear?
Well, there you go then.
He broke his ankle.
Oh damn!
Oh,
who?
He broke his ankle.
Who broke his ankle?
Joe Willock. He's out for the next 3 months.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ahmed, continue.
No, but like I said, they're not willing to sell him if they don't have like a replacement, and obviously they're trying to get Sesko. So my thing is, I think Sesko's happening to Man United. From what Romano's saying, it's like he really wants to come. So my thing is, would they really let go of Isak? Yeah, when they don't really have a replacement. I don't know, bro. Unless they go on panic and try to get a Watkins and try to get someone like a Mateta in it. So it depends. So for me, I think it's not a matter of if he's going to go to Liverpool, it's when. And I believe it's going to happen next season. Because he's still got how many years in his contract has he got? 3 years? 3 years left, I'm pretty sure.
Including this one, I think.
Including this one. So
3, including this one. Yeah.
I really my apologies, Bruno, if I'm wrong.
Ahmed makes a good point. I think it becomes much more difficult for Liverpool if
Isaac wanting to leave is odd timing as well, isn't it? Odd timing, yeah.
I think if I would like Seshko to go to Newcastle, because then it does give them a bit more leeway. So in a way, in a weird
United can stop Isak. United stopping Liverpool. Come on.
No, I didn't mean like that. I mean, in a weird way, United could be blocking Liverpool getting Isak by getting Sesko, and then putting Newcastle in a difficult position. So I think there's something to be said for that.
Is this Isak situation holding up Liverpool from getting the other business they need to get done also?
What other business? Like what?
What are the only other business I can?
What are they going to buy? A fucking country?
So the only other one that I know that I'm more of that I know Rack can probably explain is the Gay situation. And I don't know if people have been seeing the way Crystal Palace is sweating right now. The manager's not happy with the amount of like buying that's been taking place. Maybe clubs are just waiting to swoop in and maybe get Gay on a cheap fee. You know what I mean? There's some.
Yeah. Did you just say Gay's not happy with Crystal Palace's transfer window?
No, I mean the manager. I'm talking about the Crystal Palace manager.
Oh, the manager. Oh, okay.
Because the manager wants a lot of incomings, and apparently there's only been 1 or 2 happened.
I personally think they've had enough.
He could just be waiting to play the Community Shield with all his players, and then start sending them off after.
Maybe.
Why would you want to play the Community Shield? What's that? What does that mean?
Crystal Palace.
What does that mean, bro?
Crystal Palace don't have much time left until the Community Shield. It's like 11 days, right?
Bro, it's the Community Shield. It's not that.
Don't disrespect the Community Shield on that. Stop it.
They do.
Don't disrespect.
Don't disrespect.
Crystal Palace, a club who have only won one trophy in their whole history.
Crystal Palace have
winning the
got
Community Shield is something for them.
or Conference League, whichever one decision they get next week to think about, bro. That's what they've got.
I think Crystal Palace are going to be quite upset if they lose Isak. If they lose what do you call it? Eze or Gehi right before the Community Shield, and they don't have time to replace them.
Yeah, but listen, I just think for me, it's also about, I think, the way that, I think Chelsea are interested in Gehi. I know some other clubs are interested in Gehi as well. I think they're just waiting.
You're not getting Gehi, man.
Because why would we not get Gehi? Explain to me why we're not going to get Gehi. We need Gehi.
I don't think you guys are going to get another centre back who's going to be who's fighting for England place, who's going to come into a team where there's like 7 centre backs.
Brother, he's going to start. I'll promise you right now, Gehi will start over an injury-prone Fofana. He's not back until December. He's going to start over Tosin, and he'll start over Chalobah.
Do you guys get a discount? Do you guys get a discount because he's your academy player?
That's a personal term discount. You know what I mean? That's the personal term discount. You know what I mean? Listen, the price is only 40 million. That's like Chelsea's ballpark of signing players anyway. We like to sign.
How old is Gehi?
24, 25, bro.
Oh, just in your wheel park. Oh.
I mean, listen, great partnership. Cole Gehi, man. You know what I mean? That's
I think if I'm Gehi, I would rather go to Liverpool, challenge for the league, and have only Konate and Van Dijk ahead of me, rather than go to Chelsea, where there's a smorgasbord of centre backs and defenders.
I mean,
you don't know what's going to happen.
You can say that, man, but listen, at Chelsea, we sell dreams. There's a reason why.
But Konate signing a new deal. Konate signing a new deal. Does Konate signing a new deal change his mind?
At Chelsea, we do listen. We
can Konate signing a new deal.
Listen,
change
Chelsea, you are guaranteed a trophy, man. You know what I mean? That's one thing I can say for you now. You're guaranteed a trophy.
Does Konate signing a new deal? Does Konate signing a new deal change Liverpool's mind of going for Gehi rather than going for a younger, maybe?
Has that even been confirmed? I've not seen Konate pen to paper. I've not seen Konate 2029 or 2028 or whatever it is.
Konate is going to stay. With all the stuff Liverpool are doing, it's a statement of intent that players like Konate are going to end up.
He might do a trend. He might do a trend.
There is no way he's leaving Liverpool.
I mean, listen, Trent.
That's what they said about Trent.
I don't.
I mean, yeah, man.
Anything is possible in football.
We got the report today that Konate is staying. Why are you guys all of a sudden saying Konate is leaving?
No, but staying just means he could stay and not extend the contract.
He could just stay another season, bro. It could be this is the last season.
Let's hear what Jay has to say on the Isak situation before we wrap up, guys.
So yeah, no, I was saying before, like Isak, if you're Liverpool, like I'm looking at their team and I'm thinking to myself, Isak is obviously like whenever I think of Liverpool the favourites, you just think to yourself, Isak versus Salah, Gakpo, and you're like, okay, like who's beating that? Like really? Do you know what I mean? And it makes me think it would be wise of Liverpool to get Isak over the line, but I'm also like, it's not necessarily at no point. But I think Liverpool are playing poker here. Nunez goes, and they'll have lost Jota, Diaz, and Nunez in one window. It's a lot. They need to get someone like Isak to replace that. So I'm leaning towards they're gonna get him, even though it looks a bit, up and down, purely because if Nunez goes, that's a lot of goals and a lot of quality that's leaving the squad, and they have to replace it. And I'm not sure the options to replace players like Diaz. I'm like, if you want to get someone better, you have to get Isak. Otherwise, I'm not convinced the options to replace him are better than him. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think Liverpool get Isak just purely on necessity. And
let me read these super chats quickly. Big up to my brother here. He says Isak, Gehi, and Rodrigo will all be Liverpool players. Now that is one hell of an end to a window. If that happens, I will be shocked. I don't see Rodrigo being signed on top of Isak and Gehi.
You'll be sad. You will be.
I will be shocked. I didn't say I'll be sad. I said I'll be shocked.
You will be sad though.
I said I'll be shocked. Isak, 120 now. Was 120, now he's 150 since you stole Ekitike. Oh, so since you took Ekitike, they're trying to charge you premium. Interesting. And then this man here says
No, but
Morton
the
150 million.
the 150 million price tag was mentioned like for the last 3 months of the season. That's when the 150 jumped up when it jumped up to 150. So
okay, so D Brown, you're a little bit off there. This one doesn't make sense, guys. Is he saying Adam Morton plus 15 million?
Tyler Morton looks like he's going to be sold to Lyon for 15 million. Diaz money 75 million, and Nunes, I don't know, but let's say 50, 60 million
Where's
for
Tsimikas
Nunes to go. Tsimikas, they're talking about him because we've got three left backs, right? We've got Robertson. We've
The
got
more the merrier.
Yeah, what do you mean the more?
That's just an Arsenal thing. That's just you guys that love left back.
No, Chelsea have multiple fullbacks also.
No,
Okay,
Chelsea have like
well,
Kukurea and that's like it.
Chelsea are signing.
We only have 4 fullbacks, bro. Kukurea
You're
and
just
Haxa
signing
one
Heiko
side.
now.
Yeah, but that's for Kukurea because Kukurea was our only left back, bro.
Yeah, I would love to.
You guys had Chilwell. You
Rodrigo,
didn't want to play him.
Brother,
I would love a Rodrigo loan with an option to buy.
Crystal Palace, man.
As harmless as mentioned.
Sorry, what'd you say, Rack?
I'd love a Rodrigo loan with option to buy. That would be
Oh my
very
god!
nice.
If anyone
I'll
gets
take that.
Rodrigo, I'll love
I'd
him.
like that a lot.
Oh my god! You know my theory? My theory on Rodrigo is Man City. If they can move off Grealish, any way they move off Grealish, they go hard for Rodrigo because they've always wanted him.
No way.
Has there been many leaks to links to him this summer? I've had it muted a little bit, but not by anyone of substance.
I spoke to my boy Kiko Suarez. He still believes Arsenal is going to sign Rodrigo, and I'm like, I don't see it. I just don't see it.
This your tier one. He says tier one.
Yeah, Kiko Suarez is
up
pretty
up there with Ornstein and Fabrizio.
I can tell you right now that you're not signing Rodrigo. I'm not even.
Well,
I'm
also
not even
said we're
one
not signing
star.
6 players.
I'm not even at ITK.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
tell me who's going to win the league also, just so I know you're wrong.
Pardon?
Who's going to win?
Who's going to win the league? It's pre-season. I told you my takes are very inconsistent at this moment in time. I had you. I had Arsenal, genuinely, up until I played you and I saw you guys, and I'm like, nah, I'm not. Nah. What am I thinking? Because the thing is that, whatever the issues I feel like Liverpool might face this season, are they better than the rest? And I'm like, probably, because if I'm asking you to suddenly win, yeah, I'm asking your team to just suddenly win when you've not won in the last 5 years. It's a leap of faith. I'm a Tottenham fan. I don't need to do that for you. I don't need to give Arsenal a leap of faith. So I'm going to go with Liverpool and go with City even second. And currently, Arsenal are in 3rd place for me next season.
Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and leave a comment down below what you thought of that video you just watched.